Hello YouTube, it's Turbo here, and today I'm bringing you guys some tips on how to become better at Call of Duty. Now this video could help you guys get a DNA bomb, how to raise your KD, and just some good overall tips on how to become better at all the Call of Duties. I'm going to cover a few different aspects such as aim, movement, and player focus, along with some tips targeted towards Advanced Warfare, because we all know that that game is just so different. So without further ado, let's go and hop right into it. So to start off, I want to go ahead and discuss aim. Now your aim is very important in deciding who actually wins a gunfight. It can mean the difference between life and death, and there's actually a lot of different things that go into it, such as your sensitivity, the gun you're using, and the situation that your player's in. So I'm going to go ahead and try and give you guys just a general rule to follow that works in most situations and will really help you guys out. So first off, we need to choose the correct sensitivity. Now your sensitivity should feel tight but not too slow or too fast, and just make sure that you always go with what you feel comfortable with, because the biggest issue that I come across is when I go into lobbies and kids are always bragging about how high their sensitivity is. Oh, I use a 10, and they're spinning around jumping off things. Now honestly guys, the higher sensitivity does not necessarily mean it's better. It could for some of you, but it's really all preference. So the biggest tip I could give you guys is to go into the firing range of Advanced Warfare or go into a private match if you're playing another Call of Duty, mess around with the sensitivities and just try to snap to certain objects. You know, mess around with all the sensitivities, try them all out and see what really works for you. You want to be able to snap right to it. You don't want to go past it or not go enough. And once you find that right sensitivity, you should be able to find that sweet spot, and that's what you want to go with. Don't ever worry about what other people are using. You don't have to compete with them. Just go with what feels comfortable to you. Now, the second tip I can give you guys when it comes to aim is where to place your gun on the enemy. My advice would be to always aim at the sternum or the upper chest, because I believe it is the perfect place to transition either a drop shot or to a jump shot. It's so perfect because either method you choose, your gun will always be on the enemy. So let's say you're going for a jump shot. If you decide to aim at the sternum and you jump up, your gun will land on their head and you'll still be able to kill them. Or if you aim at the sternum and you decide to drop shot, when you lay down, your gun will be on their stomach or lower torso. So either way, you can always kill them. Also, if you're aiming at them and they jump shot, then you'll be still hitting their stomach or their legs. Or if you're aiming at them and they decide to drop shot, then you're going to be able to clip their head as they're falling towards the ground, ensuring the kill either way. So that was my biggest piece of advice, is to always aim at the chest or the sternum, and it will really help you guys out, and I guarantee you'll get a lot more kills. So now that we covered aim, let's go ahead and cover player focus. Now player focus to me is where you keep your eyes while you're maneuvering the map. A lot of people like to focus right on their crosshairs on the screen, but that is not the best way. If you watch any of the pro players on streams, or you just watch a really good player, you see that sometimes he's looking at stupid things. His crosshairs are on the wall or on not even on a doorway or a crate or whatever, and that's because his eyes aren't focused on those crosshairs. They're actually focused on other parts of his screen. Now a lot of new players don't like to do this. They like to focus right on their crosshairs, but I'm telling you guys, if you look all over the screen, you're going to pick out a lot more different things. You're going to be able to see little bits of movement in the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and you're able to find a lot more players that you wouldn't see otherwise. So that's a really big tip. Now another aspect I want to talk about is your movement. Now it is always a good idea just to stick to the outskirts of the map, because there's so much traffic always going through the middle. You know, people are going for objectives, and if you stick to the outside of the map, your back is always covered, because nobody's going to be outside of the map. There's usually the wall or a fence or whatever, so you're never going to get shot in the back, so you know that's always safe. Also, you'll be able to pick off players that aren't really paying attention, or they're just going right for the objective in the middle, so you're able to pick them off and get a lot more kills that way. Now also, movement has changed in Advanced Warfare, as we all know. There's a double jump, there's a burst, there's that little slide thing, and we could really use that to our advantage. So this is one of those tips that are targeted just towards Advanced Warfare, and the biggest thing I can give you guys that will really save your life a lot, I guarantee it if you haven't already done it, is when you're getting shot at and you're not really sure where it's from, just double jump up and then burst backwards. Now that will really help out, because that will confuse the enemy, it'll lose you, and also once you burst backwards, I suggest that you lay down and wait and see if you can find him. If you're able to find him, then go ahead and shoot him. He should land right in your crosshairs, but if you're not able to find him, don't lay down, just burst up again and either burst to the left or burst to the right, and you're just able to confuse him so much, and just try and get to safety that way. Or if you're feeling a little bit ballsy, just try and find the guy and then you're able to kill him. This has helped me so much. You'll probably see it throughout the video that I'm playing right now in the background. I'm always bursting up and jumping around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff just to confuse the enemy while I'm getting shot at, and also gives you time to reload as well. So just go ahead and keep that in mind. Now another thing I want to mention is Minimap Awareness. You could learn so much by looking at the minimap. Honestly guys, I think in my gameplays I look more at the minimap than I do at the actual game, and that's because you could spot so many traffic patterns. When you're hearing gunshots, you're able to see them on the minimap, and in Advanced Warfare, if they're not running blast suppressor, you're able to see their EXA movements. So you're actually able to study the minimap and learn where the enemy's spawning, where they're going, and just a lot of different traffic patterns. So it's really useful just to stare at the minimap. So make sure you guys are constantly looking at that, because minimap awareness is really important. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this video helps you guys out in Call of Duty. If it does, make sure to leave a comment down below, and also make sure to check out my channel for more tips, tricks, and gameplays. All my links will be down in the description, and hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.